Ninja Fit instructors, other black belts and other instructors from other organizations, welcome. I'm glad you're getting a chance to watch this video. Hope you found the previous videos we've done on focusing your eyes and teaching people how to focus their eyes during different portions of class helpful. This video is going to start our Focus in the Mind series. So teaching how to focus the mind, we'll go through all the same elements of class that you would normally, that we did even in the Focus Your Eyes, forms, warm-ups, all that stuff, and try to find an angle to approach it so that way you can help draw your students back in and reel them in if you see that they might be losing focus a little bit. Or help take them to that next level. If they've already got pretty darn good focus, help them expand on that. One thing that some instructors might do, I'm not saying it's necessary, I'm not saying all instructors do it or have to do it or should, is start a class maybe with the chance for the students to sit down and close their eyes and just kind of meditate for a second. And that word, for some people, non-practitioners, non-martial artists, there are some parents that might freak out if they hear you start a class with meditation. Oh, I didn't bring my kid here to learn some Muju, voodoo stuff or blah, blah, blah. All meditation means, the word meditate seriously means to engage in thought or contemplation, just simply to reflect. That's all we're getting a chance to do. Maybe it's at the beginning of class, maybe you've had some hectic drills going on during class, and before they get ready to approach board breaking for the finale of class or something, or sparring that they're getting ready to do, you want to draw their mind back in, and you want to maybe help them focus on all the lessons they've learned and you've worked with them on in that class, and help them see how maybe that can help fit into the sparring or the board breaking exercises or drills they're getting ready to try. So I've done it in the first school I was part of. We did it as part of the beginning of class, first 1 to 2 minutes of class. I'm not saying take a lengthy time. Some people take meditation to further extremes than that and do it for half an hour or whatever, and they can really get their minds to an amazing place when they do that. We don't have the time during a 45, 50-minute lesson to do that much on just meditation. So I like to take maybe the first minute or two of class, and for me personally, I like to have that at the beginning of the lesson, because the majority of the students I teach are young, are children, right? We'll teach plenty of adults, and I might do that for the adults as well, but the adult classes later on in the evening, by then they've hopefully had dinner or whatever, but they've got their entire day, work-wise, family-wise, spouse, just all things that have gone on through their day, kids and all that, all the issues they've had with that, they have that in the back of their mind, so they might need the first 3 or 4 minutes instead of just 1 or 2 minutes to kind of block that stuff out and help them realize why they're here and why they need to study. Kids need it, I think, because I've had students come to me straight from school. Sometimes their parent picks them up, and in the 10 to 15 minute drive they had from school to here, they took a nap. They seriously, they were that exhausted from thinking and being active all day with kids, other kids their age and all that stuff. Before they try to focus here, they had to nap in the car before they come here. So now they're re-waking up again, and I've got to help them focus their mind a little bit on why we're here. What is it you're here to do today? What is it we're going to learn? So I may have them sit down and close their eyes for the first minute or so of class. For young ones, I really don't like to have them sitting for too long. And it may be not just a silent room with them who knows what they'll be thinking of. In my experience, young ones need help, kind of guidance to get through that spot. And why are we sitting down? What is it you want us to get out of this? So I might have them close their eyes, and I might be talking to them while they got their eyes closed, that way they're not looking around at everybody else and other things and all, and help kind of focus them in on why they're here. Okay guys, this week is Power Week. I want you to think about this. Forget about all the school stuff you've done today. Forget about field trips that have gone on or that are getting planned. I don't want you to worry about anything else at home, at school, anything else you've done or you got to worry about. For the next 45, 50 minutes, you are mine, and you're here to work on getting power and getting your muscles to work and smash through stuff. That's what we're going to work. Or we're working on speed this week or whatever it is. And I might help guide them. This week I really want to work on this with you, so I need your brain set and ready to think about super good chambers for my kicks, because I'm going to be learning to kick faster or higher, and I got to get my chambers up higher if I'm going to get my kicks up higher. So whatever it is, I'm going to use that first 30 seconds to minute with those kids to do that. For adults, 1 to 2 minutes maybe. If they need a little bit longer, then do that. But I really they're here to move. Focus should be something, the meditation shouldn't be the biggest portion of the lesson, I don't think, but should be something that we use to help them kind of draw in and forget about all the stuff that's gone on through the day up to this point, and don't even worry about what's going to happen after this. I want you to just think about what you're here to do right now. So if you haven't tried that before, there's a lot of reading material, a lot of things online you can find about meditation, different types of meditation, but really what I use it as, I want them to close their eyes so they're not looking around at anything. I want them to get rid of all the other things in their mind, and I want them to hone their mind in on what they're here for right now. What is it they came to karate about in the first place? You know, they're green and blue and purple belts now. Remember what it was that brought you here when you were a white belt. You wanted to learn how to do all these fancy moves, these cool kicks, and these jumps and all that, and you started learning some of that. Well, we're going to learn more, but you got to be focused. If you want to learn more and go faster and be even better, I need your focus right now during this class. So it might be a little bit of a guided meditation for me and my young students. Even for the adults, I might help them kind of get through it, because not a lot of people are comfortable just, they'll have laundry list, they'll have a to-do lists and all these other items in their head, and cleaning the house and all these other things I got to do later on when I get back. So they may need some help focusing on your voice as the instructor to help them focus in and hone in on what is it I'm here for right now. What is it I need to focus on just for the next 45 to 50 minutes, so I don't have to worry about all the other things that are going on. Let me remember why I'm in this for me, why I brought my adult self here to get my exercise and get my fitness, to get my self-defense practice. Let me focus on that and remember that that's what I want to focus on. That way I get the most out of this, right? So meditation is one way, and that might happen at the beginning of class. It could also happen in the middle of class, at the very end of class. I've had most success kind of doing it at the very beginning. There will be times in the middle of class after doing some drills, I'll stop them and say, okay, now let's sit down, let's just focus. Now here's what I want you to think of next. All right, here's what's coming up, and here's the lessons we just worked on these targets. I want you to take them from those targets, and I want you to be thinking about how good you just did that, and we're going to put them on some boards. I want to see that. I want to see you smash through those boards. Don't just kick to it. You were doing so good on those targets. I want you to keep that in your mind. Keep that focus for the next 2, 3, 4 minutes here, and we're going to smash through some boards. You guys ready? Yes, sir. Okay, good. And it might be, you might call that kind of a mat chat, but if you just depending on how you do it, it could be a little bit of a 30-second meditation session. You know, they could be closing their eyes, they could be envisioning themselves, picturing themselves, smashing through those boards. So that's one way to help focus the mind. We'll do other videos here shortly that kind of explain how to get that and how to relate that to them, these lessons to them that they're learning in your class in their real life. So let's say they're learning during meditation for a minute or so in class how to focus their mind. How can that help them in their outside of martial arts lives, right? So kids sometimes may need to focus before a test. They're getting ready to sit down and take a test, and their brain is just going nuts because it's the third or fourth class of the day, and they might need some help, just some slow down breathing drills to kind of help them focus and get their brain back in science gear, because they're getting ready to have a science test. Adults may have a presentation that's getting ready to happen in a couple minutes, and they just got told some other news that's not related at all to what the presentation's about to be, and they got that in the back of their mind, but they got to focus in and hone on what they're getting ready to do so they can make this sales pitch or whatever it is that they're getting ready to do. So they might need to shut their office door for about 30 seconds or a minute and kind of just refocus in on what it is that's most important for the next 5-10 minutes. Okay, if they can learn that skill here, even with your guidance, then hopefully they can find times in their daily lives outside of here, outside the martial arts school, to use that and help them hone in and focus in on what's important for each aspect of their day. So I hope that's helpful for you, and I hope you find something a way to approach that with your students. That's focusing your mind through meditation in class. Thank you.